Today, we're going to talk about a film that takes us back to a place of pure imagination. Hello YouTubers, I just got done seeing Ready Player One. Of course, it's based on the best-selling book by Ernest Cline. I love this book, and I was really anxious to see how the movie would turn out. I've been meaning to read it, and when I saw the trailer, I immediately picked up the novel and read it just in time for the film. But you have Avengers scribe Zach Penn writing it with Ernest Cline himself, with Steven Spielberg directing the film. And it pretty much follows the plot of the book. Not exactly. Of course, with many book adaptations, it's never going to be 100% accurate. There's a lot of stuff that is missing from the novel, a lot of stuff that's been reworked for a film. And we're not always going to get 100% of the book into a movie. So any fans of the book are going to have to take this with a grain of salt with any adaptation. But Ready Player One is actually a visually striking film. As a film on its own, it's very entertaining, and it's nice seeing Steven Spielberg back in the world of science fiction. This is his first science fiction film since War of the Worlds, and his first time doing like a big blockbuster movie, probably since Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Of course, we have the Adventures of Tintin, BFG, but on this scale, he hasn't done anything like this in a very long time, and it kind of brings me back to the Steven Spielberg who did Jurassic Park. And yeah, I really love this movie. As far as science fiction, I think it's his best work since Minority Report and AI. And it follows the character of Wade Watts, played by Ty Sheridan. He played Cyclops in X-Men Apocalypse, and I think he does a very good job here. And OASIS stands for Ontologically Anthropocentric Sensory Immersive Simulation. OASIS is pretty much a virtual world where anything in your imagination comes to life, and it's structured like a video game with lives and tokens, but it has a vast array of knowledge, more specifically 80s pop culture and just everything you can imagine from film, television, novels, just everything. And we have Mark Rylance play James Halliday. He passes away. He's the creator of the Oasis, and in the Oasis, he put an Easter egg, a hidden egg that is $500 billion and complete control of the Oasis. So Wade is on a mission to find 3 keys, and then we're introduced to other supporting characters. Artemis, played by Olivia Cooke. H, played by Lena Waithe. Daito and Sho, played by Win Morisaki and Philip Zhao. And then outside the grid, we have Ben Mendelsohn as the villain, Sorrento. He is so good at playing a slime. He really is. Ever since Dark Knight Rises and Commander Krennic in Rogue One, he really plays the character of Sorrento very well. We also have T.J. Miller as another character, and Simon Pegg make an appearance as Morrow, Ogden Morrow. And he's the co-creator of the Oasis with Halliday. If I had one con with this film, it moves really fast, and there's certain character development moments that are cut out from the novel onto this. Certain pivotal moments that happen in the novel that are changed. Certain characters meet a lot earlier than later in the book, and because of that, it kind of suffers a bit, character development-wise and pacing. But other than that, it's a visual spectacle. There's no better movie magic than that of Spielberg at the helm. He really does bring a world of pure imagination to this. There's that race scene that you saw in the trailer. The DeLorean's featured. Did I mention how many pop culture references there are? Now, there's not nearly as much from the book, but there's still a lot of pop culture references. So if you've seen 80s films, if you're a movie buff, just love everything video games, film, television, just pop culture, you're really gonna dig this film. Hell, they even had a Jack Slater 3 marquee with Schwarzenegger. That's the fake film from Last Action Hero. I mean, there's just a lot of really cool Easter egg stuff from Mortal Kombat, Superman, RoboCop, Batman, just you name it and it's in there. It is awesome. And again, I really like Ty Sheridan and Olivia Cooke's chemistry in this. You really buy into their relationship. It is, again, a bit rushed. They kind of do fall in love very fast, but, and I also like the supporting characters. They take a few embellishments with the characters and change some stuff from the novel, but it still works as a film. The villains, IOI, is just evil. They're like the epitome of a corporation, an evil corporation, and they want complete control of the Oasis to basically charge people stuff and just perverse it in their sick commercial way. There's a lot of themes here with people and corporations, the way the world is. And in this, he's in Columbus, Ohio, where at the beginning of the book, he was in Oklahoma City before moving to Columbus, Ohio. So that's something different in here. And it's in 2045. It really brings a glimpse of a possible future. In a lot of ways, we're already there with social media, how people perceive themselves online versus reality, being stuck online versus living out in the real world, becoming a slave to the digital nature of the internet, reality TV, fame, fortune, different things like that. Now, they don't go fully into it like the novel, but it does explore that as well as social class issues really, really well. And the characters, one other thing is that Wade Watts was an obese kid, and Artemis, she had a birthmark on her face. They do keep that, but I kind of wish they had more of the characteristics from the novel, and they kind of Hollywoodized certain things in the movie. I didn't quite agree with that, but still, it is very different from the usual types you see in other films. So I have to give them kudos for that, especially with the supporting characters. Two standouts, Ben Mendelsohn as Sorrento and Mark Rylance as Halliday. Those two actors really make the movie. And I like the performances, the visuals. It's action-packed. It has romance. It has everything. They did motion capture for the video game Oasis portions, and that's done very well. The live-action stuff is done very well. You really buy into this real-world scenario, this kind of like dystopian future of 2045. And while it may not be exactly like the novel, I think it is still a highly enjoyable film. It has movie magic. There's a lot of references. Is it the best that it could have been? No, but that doesn't mean it's not fun, filled with action, romance, and just all-around movie magic. So I'm going to give Ready Player One a 4.5 out of 5 and an A. It meets my highest recommendation, and it is among one of Steven Spielberg's best films in years. I love it. It's probably my favorite science fiction film of his since Minority Report. And if you're a gamer, a movie buff, just a person who all around loves 80s music, pop culture, you're going to really dig this film. If you haven't seen Ready Player One, go ahead, check it out. It's worth a matinee price. If you have seen Ready Player One, let me know what you thought of it in the comments below. Do you prefer the book or the film? Both? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Just let me know, and let me know what your favorite Steven Spielberg movie is. Feel free to tune into my next video in which I'll be going over an in-depth spoiler review of Ready Player One.